Welcome back, everyone. Going into the second hour here of week number 4 of RollPlay R&D, joined by Jesse Cox and the rest of the crew. Steven, please take it away.
I think it's week 5. Is it week 5?
I thought it was week 4. Am I wrong? I was told it was week 4 by a fan, so we'll just blame them.
Fans are usually pretty good on that. I don't know. All right, so we get back to Nicodemus's hut. Nicodemus, accompanied by AAA and Amelia, and Nicodemus he steps inside and he says, "Could the two of you simply wait here for one moment? I have a question for Jesse, aka Pocket." And he actually walks into where do you sleep, Pocket, when you're staying at Nicodemus?
Nicodemus's bed. I lay sprawled out on his bed and give no shits.
I love it. I think that he walks into your bedroom or into his bedroom rather, and he looks down at you and he says, "Mr. Pocket, Mr. Pocket, Mr. Pocket," and he goes over and shakes the bed. "Mr. Pocket."
One eye opens, just one, and gives him like a
Oh, my mic is probably using the wrong mic.
I think everyone.
No. So here's what happened. We said, "Hey Maggie, you should try hosting the call. Maybe it'll fix your camera." Then, no, it just actually fucks everything up. Let's just.
But everyone looks wonderful to me and sounds wonderful to me.
Let's just cut real quick and have someone else host the call because it's gonna fix the audio right away.
I'll host it again.
Okay, good.
Host it again.
We'll be right back, guys.
I'm
not gonna take a break. We'll just be right. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Steven, please continue. Also, Maggie, your camera looks a lot better than it did. So.
Nope. No, it doesn't.
Yep. Speaking too soon.
I mean, it looks fine for me. It hasn't messed up at all.
So
Pocket! Pocket, wake up! Wake up, Pocket!
What? Old man, what?
I have been conversing with one of the fellow Aeon priests. His name is Shim. He mentioned to me the possibility of, I don't know if this is something that would interest you, the possibility of recreating the Christos experiment. Yes? What do you think?
How, when, where, why?
Well, you see, I have a device that connects to the data sphere here in my house, and it may simply help us verify the accuracy of the readings that I've been discovering through my research. Is this something that interests you? It's entirely possible that with Trinidan's with Christos's notes regarding his contact of Trinidan, we could potentially contact a deceased individual and speak with him in order to verify the validity of the equations that you were so interested in.
I would love to see if it works. Actually, I think that'd be interesting. Do you know any dead people you'd like to call up?
Well, the most fascinating thing about all of this, of course, is that it's actually very difficult to target. You can't specifically select a dead person willy-nilly. It seems that the device actually keys off of an individual's recollections, and so we will very unfortunately not be able to contact Trinidan. I'm sorry to say, but if there is someone that you remember very strongly, or that I remember very strongly, and I certainly do remember very fondly a number of individuals, I would be very keen to attempt to speak with again. But I thought maybe you might have interest in this yourself. Is there? Do you think this is an experiment that would be of use to you?
Pocket takes a moment and deviously has the idea that, oh yeah, I'm very interested, but I'd rather not die to some foolish experiment. And then says, I do have a friend, Amelia, who lost someone very close that I feel this might benefit. And I feel like if anyone should be the first, Amelia deserves it more than the rest of us. And then I sort of deviously smirk and then close my eyes again and sprawl back out on the bed.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Pocket.
Snoring loud. But it's like 3 in the afternoon. Does it just Loud snoring.
I like how you just keeps going, Pocket. Why you
Such a kind, gentle, good-hearted young boy.
The kindest and gentlest.
Nicodemus walks back downstairs through the spiral staircase out into the kitchen area. And he walks over into sort of a rounded living room area. Like his house is kind of composed of like a number of bubbles. So there's like one living room bubble and then a kitchen bubble. And then there's like a bubble that like is kind of like a grain silo that rises up on one side of the house. And that's where his bedroom is. And he comes downstairs and he approaches Amelia. He says, Mrs. Amelia, Pocket informs me that you are very interested in the possibility of speaking with someone who has recently died.
He did.
Yes. Well, it turns out that the ether lattice manipulation research that myself and my colleagues have been doing, it seems as though Christos was able to contact an Eon priest who had been deceased for many years through the application of the theory that we have been researching. And I thought that since Pocket was very interested in the theory, he even borrowed a number of my books, that he would be very interested in repeating the experiment. He is very interested, but he thought that the honor of being the first to participate should go to you, rather than selfishly being taken by himself. You all know how selfless Pocket is, and he sort of looks very tired. He's got like bags under his eyes.
Yeah, and the very impulsive and almost taken back and surprised Amelia says, well, that was quite nice of Pocket, but I cannot even be sure that the person I long to talk to is really even dead.
Oh, well, that's a very strange situation, is it not?
However,
did you find the body?
I'm not sure how to answer that. However,
yes is the answer.
maybe the failure or success of trying could answer my question of whether or not this individual is dead.
Well, how very interesting. Come with me into the living room here. And he actually he walks into the living room where there's a little sort of ornate wooden table with a very black polished surface on it, and up out of the table actually is growing like a metal structure with this metal globe, it's almost made out of wires and filigree. It's very airy and very light, and one side of it is actually burnt out and like exploded outwards, and there's kind of a faint acrid smell around it. He says, now this is the device that I was working on according to Trinidan's specifications, Christos's specifications. But as you can see, I blew out the power core, and I need a number of extra components in order to correct the sphere, which harvests the connection to the data sphere. I would be very interested in repeating the experiment. I've never gotten it to work, but if I could get an extra power core, if I could get another collection of componentry, then I feel confident that with the notes that I have, perhaps with some of Pocket's own research into the books that I have lent to him, very generously allowed him to borrow on a temporary basis, I'm sure I'll get them back.
Nicodemus, please, for a moment. We have, for the last 3, 4, 5 days, done your bidding, activated your devices,
yes,
retrieved your panels.
Yes.
And here you are once again, asking for our help. And maybe I'm not as understanding as others, but where does this benefit us?
Oh, well, it seemed that Pocket at least was so very interested in the ether lattice manipulation experiments that he would be delighted to see them in action. But I understand if you don't want to contact anybody who's died, who's deceased, or reach into the veils of the beyond, or further the understanding of science. I understand.
No, I was just curious. Can you give us the location of the items that you need? And a map, not one crudely drawn, but maybe one good cartographer come, make a nice map for us.
No map is necessary. Simply walk north from town 1 day's time, and you'll reach the place known as the Buzzing Quarry. It's right along a road that trails from town straight to the quarry. You can't possibly miss it. And this is a place where the citizenry of Jericho's Ridge often descend into the mines, assisted by some abhuman brutes who help with the sheer muscle strength. They dig into the detritus of the past and recover broken componentry from ages past. And I feel certain that if you were to descend into the Buzzing Quarry, you could find a power cell which might activate the device and a collection of components which might be used to repair it.
Fantastic. Let me talk with the rest of the group.
Of course, yes, naturally.
And actually, I want to go to Pocket first.
Nicodemus sort of wanders into the corner where he's like got a nest made out of blankets or whatever. It sort of just huddles down and shivers to himself in the afternoon.
Fantastic. So I guess I knock on Pocket's door if Pocket was still sleeping.
I don't open it.
Then I try to open it.
Pocket, do you lock Nicodemus's door when you're sleeping?
No, I went back to bed, so it's up to whether he locked it or not. I have no clue.
Okay, no, Nicodemus didn't lock the door behind him.
Then I want to open the door.
The door opens.
And go, Pocket. Pocket. All right, I want to physically shake Pocket as hard as I can.
Pocket, how do you react to being physically shaken as hard as you can?
I open my eyes and like a child getting woken up for school, go, what? That in that inflection.
Okay. I have a mission for us, and I think you know what it involves because it seems like you've been doing some, work and investigations of your own. And I had a little talk with Nicodemus. He showed me his device that would allow us to speak to the dead.
I heard about that, and it was very intriguing. I thought it was crazy, so I borrowed some of his books and thought I would do some research because I'm not sure if you're aware, but last time we all had our little get-together, my dad was with us, and I thought it might be interesting to get a hold of him. But I know that you have such fond memories of your other self that you might want to make sure everything's okay there. I simply prioritized yourself over me. That's all. That's all.
I as like a wave of confusion, simply because Pocket is nothing but mixed signals over the last, after the last few weeks, and I finally just decide with, perhaps we could get 2 power cores or enough to make sure that we could get the job done. However, I'm not even sure the device will work in my situation, so we should just go to the quarry anyhow and see what we can find.
I am all about that. I feel like we should get as many as needed. I know I would love to talk to my father. I know you would love to talk to the real Renton. I mean, I feel like AAA has to have someone in her past she'd like to talk to, and Lord knows Tentacle Man probably has a million people he wants to talk to. I feel like this could be a really great opportunity for us just to do something for ourselves instead of others.
I will talk to the others, and we can leave tomorrow morning. It will take 1 day to travel to our destination.
I can't wait. I hope the others agree.
Okay. Are AAA and Bleen together?
Are we?
Are you guys?
I don't know. I don't know where Bleen is.
I guess I've just been around the house or something. I'm not sure where I've been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, if both of you have just been hanging out around the house,
eating the bacon.
Yeah. Then I'd say, Amelia, you can find both of them very easily.
Okay. So, I relay as much information as I can to them.
Oh, by the way, after you leave, I greedily smirk to myself. Are you going to be in trouble? You'll never know.
So, relay the information. Tell them what Nicodemus's device does, and tell them that we can go to the quarry and get or as many power cells as we can try to muster and find, and it will take a day to get there.
Seems like an easy journey for something that could mean a lot, especially to you in Pocket. I'm willing to aid you.
Bleen?
Yeah, I guess so. There's not much for me to do. I guess my master doesn't need me here in the city. So yeah, sure. I'm into it.
The tentacle is in.
The tentacle's in.
That means we will leave tomorrow.
Excellent. All right, so you guys get some good sleep. Nicodemus brews.
Let's take a break before we go off. So
sure.
Is this a good breaking point?
Sure. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll take a quick break here. I got to figure out what's going on with the internet because Skype's kind of messing up. So we'll be right back. All right, guys. Unfortunately, I was having some internet issues at this point in the show, so we had to go ahead and call it. But don't worry, because we rescheduled the show. We're going to be continuing this R&D this upcoming Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern. That is, of course, August the 2nd at 8 o'clock Eastern. So if you want to watch some R&D live, you can go over there. If not, you can wait for the VODs, as they will be uploaded that evening as well. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.